Hello, guys. How are you doing today? I hope you guys are keeping safe and everybody's doing very well as well. Welcome to the show once again, and your favorite farming show, Farmer Ob TV, where we talk about different aspects of farming, and we try to get conversation going about how to farm better and how to do things the right way so that we can get better productivity, better yields, and we can also help feed our nation, feed our family, and help ourselves. We have a returning guest today, who is in the name of Yinka Adesola, which you guys already know. We started the show with her, so it means that we're going to be talking about, you know, crop farming, vegetables, and things like that. Your natural greens and all that. That's what we're going to be talking about. But also we're going to be adding a special gift on there. Shola is going to be giving away more three of our books, ebooks to different viewers on the show today. So all you have to do is just go on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, like, share, comment on there, join the conversation, and we're going to be picking up five lucky winners that come online, and we're going to be sharing one book ebook out of the three ebooks with them. So you know her very well. She's a renowned author about farming as well. So she has books like How to Farm Profitably in Nigeria, the maize 7 ton harvest per acre, which is very good as well. She also has another one which is about tomato millionaire. So these are books that would help you in every way to increase your yield, to be a better farmer. So, and they're pretty, you know, good books that you would want to have in your arsenal as well as a farmer. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome Shala on the show now. Just give me a minute. Hi, Shola. How are you doing today?
Good evening,
Yinka.
sir.
Yinka. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Good evening,
Uh,
sir.
Good evening. How is everything? How is the farm going? And
Farm is
since
fine.
all right, that's good. We'll welcome you back on the show again to talk about our favorite subject, which is about farming in general, and also it's about vegetable farming and crop farming as well. Um, we are glad to have you back on the show. Thank you for answering to our call.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so let's get this show started. What have you been up to since the last time we talked? How has your farm been? How has things been
Okay.
going? I know the world right now is just like it's in, don't let's use any negative words, but it's something else. Let's be thankful anyway. But it's how have you been coping as a farm?
Okay. Farm has been really fine, and we've been pushing. Currently we are in the dry season with crop
Yeah.
production, as in we don't have water. You have to source for your own water
Yeah.
and every other thing. But we are pushing. We are fine. Pushing, we
Oh,
are fine.
okay,
And the
that's good. We
temperature,
are.
currently there's no rain. There's not been rainfall since October in my area.
Oh wow, in Nigeria. That's something.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Maybe I should try and ship.
So farmers are
So I should try and ship some of our cold weather here down down there for you guys.
oh, okay.
Oh well, that's good.
While
Like it
we are
said,
battling with snow, it is weather
yeah.
here.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. You know how it is. Nigeria network issue and everything, but we're patient folks there, so we'll just go ahead and be patient. She should be back on. So it's probably the network. The network is frozen, the connection for now, but she's gonna come back on. Let's let me talk a little bit about some of the ebooks that we're gonna be sharing. I'm going to go on our website. I'm also going to share our website to you guys so that you guys can also view some of the stuff that is going to be going on our show. So let me just share our screen. So right on here we have Shola's website, and the book one of the books we're going to be giving to you guys. It's the one on screen right now, How to Farm Profitably in Nigeria. It's a PDF file, so if you're one of the lucky winners, we're going to have to email you the PDF folder, and you can go ahead and share that. So like I said, like the book, for instance, there's this belief that vegetable farming is the easiest form of agriculture for beginners. Newbies hop into this form of farming and realize it's quite not as it seemed to be. Before you venture into farming, buy and read this book. It will save countless years of time plus other resources. So, like I said, guys, make sure you do jump on the wagon. That's one of the books you're going to be getting. I've read it. It's really, a nice book to have as a farmer. So we're going to be giving 1 out of 5 this ebook, and Shola is going to be the one picking up the winners. So we already have someone who has joined already, and I believe that should just be our first winner of one of the books. We have Fumi Jaioba on right now.
Wow.
So Fumi, go on our website, on our Facebook page and YouTube page, join the conversation, subscribe, like, share, give us a thumbs up, and do all those stuff that you need to do. And you already won a book. So what do you think, Shola? She's the first person to
There's no
comment, so
problem.
why not?
She's one of my fans. I know her on Facebook.
Oh, there you go. So she just won a book from you. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get back to our conversation and take this off the screen. We'll come back again. Yeah, just give me a minute. All right, there we go. So from the last time we spoke, we know we had a lot of stuff to talk about crop farming, and I really want to delve into some of this your write-ups in the book. And like you say, on there from the introduction, it says that a newbie always believe that vegetable farming is the easiest. They just want to jump into it. I too, I'm of that belief. That's why it's more touching to me. So what's the mindset about this book, and how did you come about that idea? Because I know it must be from experience.
Okay, how I came about the idea that vegetable is not the easiest. You see, most times online, you see people, when you ask them, when they said, okay, I have 50,000 naira, what can I do with 50,000? And you see 10 people will suggest, plant vegetables, it's easy, it's just 3 months, it's just 2 months. But what they don't really understand is that planting is easy, you can just put anything to the soil and whatever. But planting profitably, planting successfully is not easy. You can choose to put something to the soil, whereas you might not get anything out of the soil. When you plant, you can put anything to the soil, that's planting. But harvesting is the most difficult part of it. So when they say planting vegetable is the easiest, it means you put something to the soil, fine, it's the easiest. But what exactly are you bringing out? When you put a plant into this, a seed into the soil, you put water, you use your time, you use the soil, you put in a lot of work. If you don't put in all those work, obviously you're not getting anything out of it. So planting vegetable is never the easiest form. But and then again, because of the motive that people has is the easiest. So they go into the planting without any prior knowledge. No planning for anything.
Yeah.
No, you understand. They just know they want to plant vegetables. For instance, I remember a friend was telling me one time, he was staying outside the country and he was telling me, somebody said if you plant 1 acre of ugu, it will make plenty money. I just smiled. It's that it will make millions. I just smiled. By the time I explained it to him, he was like, thank you. You didn't allow me to go and waste my money
Mm,
because as you are planning to plant 1 acre, some other people are planning to plant 10 acres. You
yeah.
understand? So meanwhile, all of you are not considering the productivity of what you are planting. You just know
Mm,
you are putting, like I said, you are just putting this plant into the soil. And by the time you drop the plant into the soil, you find out at the end of the day, it will come out. The plant will come out, and but in the long run, what quantity is it giving you back? By the time you factor in your time, the stress you put into it, the money you committed into putting the stress. For instance,
yeah.
there's no way you will plant. You have to give it water. You have to give it manure or nutrient. You have to
Mm,
monitor it. You will weed. You will do all those
yeah.
things. They are cost. They are costs that you need to calculate. So
Mm.
at the end of the day, if
Oh, we just lost her again. Like I said, guys, you have to bear with us. It is what it is. The show still will continue. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the next ebook that we have on to give out to you guys. Um, Here it is. It's called maize, 7 tons harvest per acre. So it's basically, from what I read, it's how you're going to maximize your productivity on maize farming on a 7 hectare land. So from the description, I'm just going to quickly read out the description because Shola is back on here. So plant stand and plant population per acre is an important factor in determining the yield of maize in a particular size of land, because the yield per unit area is the product of yield plant and number of plants unit area. That's a lot of calculation. So you guys would enjoy that. Those that were into maize farming and things like that. So some lucky winner is going to get that as well. Like I said, come online, throw in a comment, go on our YouTube page and subscribe, like, share on our Facebook, and be one of the lucky winners that is going to get this as well. So let's get Shola back on here. Hey Shola, you're back.
I'm back, sorry, it's like the
Yeah,
network is not
we
cooperating this
understand.
evening.
It's Nigeria, so
Okay,
there's no need
okay,
to complain. I always say there's no need to complain. It is what it is. We just we try and walk around whatever we have, right? So
okay,
yeah,
okay,
so
because our
that's the
network
way it
is
is.
bad.
Oh, something, but it's all right. So you were talking about giving us some information before it all went off. So
Yes.
yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, I was explaining, I said all the efforts put into planting vegetables, they need to be able to justify, your result need to be able to justify the effort. For instance,
Mm,
if you, by the time you plant your vegetable, whatever you choose, ugu, tomato, pepper, and everything, and you get to the market and the price is low, it means you are not getting anything back because you didn't factor in all these things before you start planting. For instance, let me use this system. As of present, tomatoes is plenty in the market. To the
yeah.
extent in the north, they are even buying for 500 naira, 500 naira per basket. You understand? I was explaining to some at a training recently. I said the reason is like that is because people didn't plan it, because vegetable as usual, they believe is the easiest thing to grow. So everybody
Mm,
just went in, they planted tomatoes, and then the tomatoes start coming out at the same time. If a tomato basket of 50, 40 kg can be 5,000 in the market, now can you step it back to the farm and wonder what we actually get to the farmer? Because before it gets to the market, they must have added transport money. They must
Yes.
the middleman must have added his or her own profit.
Yep.
The loaders, we have collected their money. This one will so 500 naira. Let's start removing 50 naira from it for transport, 50 naira for transport, 50 naira. Then work it back to the farm. It means the farmer is getting maybe 100 naira per basket. And meanwhile, in the farmer's cycle, you are now going back to start calculating production cost, land clearing, water application, all those sorts.
Wow.
So is it actually the easiest at the long run? I was telling someone, I said, by the time a farmer do all these things, you find out that in the north, the more they produce food and supply from the north, the more they produce food crop from the north, the poorer they are.
Yeah.
Go and look at the farmers there. Their lives are no better. Why? Because they grow the vegetables in bulk, they grow cucumber, they grow cabbage, they grow everything. But why are they not rich yet? With all these trailers that are coming to Southwest, imagine there was a time I was at mile 12 I went to supply tomatoes to mile 12. By the time I was staying by the doorstep, by the gate, it was midnight, so I couldn't go. I have to hang out with those malam staying at the gate. I sat down with them till morning. As I was sitting down there, trailers keep coming in overnight that were coming to distribute tomatoes. So you wonder if those trailers are coming like that, trailers, and each trailers load about 400 to 500 baskets of tomatoes. So you wonder how much is actually getting to farmer. If those trailers get to Lagos at 2,000, a basket is 2,000 in Lagos. Imagine the distance, the transport, they move 12 hours and everything. So work it back to the farm. The farmers are not getting better. So does that make vegetable the easiest? No. But did that mean, am I saying vegetable is not profitable? No, either. But it requires calculation, it requires planning, it requires a lot of things. And this is where people are actually missing it. They just say, okay, this one is, okay, last year, please stop me when you think I'm going off the time.
No. I'm listening I'm learning a lot right now.
Sometimes last year, a guy called me and he was like, you want to go and plant tomato, whatever is going to the northern part. I said, no problem. He traveled down there, he got seedling. They gave him land, he got land there, he planted and everything. By the time he finished planting, he called me one day. He said, Auntie, I said, yes. He said, he planted tomatoes and the tomatoes were good, actually, but the market is bad. I said, like how? He said, he's loading his tomato to go to Lagos. And right now, they are calling back from Lagos that the tomato basket is going to be 2,000 or 3,000. Now, imagine he left Southwest so that he can have access to materials in the north. In the northern part, labor is cheap, as in some labors are very cheap. You have access to even cheap seed, affordable seed.
Cheap seed,
But at the end of the day, the cost was low. I'm sure that guy will never go back to farm tomatoes again. I can bet it with you. He's never cultivating tomatoes again. But then, like I said, people need to learn what it entails to get it right. It's not just about because everybody is planting, I also want to plant. Because everybody is doing this, I just want to do that. No, it's not going to work. And that's why every year in, year out, you see thousands of people run into the farm. The same thousands run out by the following year because the expectations are not met. So that's the challenge we've been having.
Wow. You see, one of the reasons why we started this show is for things like this, for someone to share experiences and let people know that, okay, the whole idea where you have that, if you start farming, you become a millionaire. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot that entails into it. It's not something that just turns your life around all of a sudden when you get into it just one single time. And wow, there's so many things. And that's one of the reasons why we have someone like you on the show to talk about, your experiences and enlighten others so that when they get into it, they stay in it and they do it the right way. I'm just going to move straight to our next book that we're going to be giving away. The maize 7 tons harvest or per hectare. That's huge.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the first thing I was. I'm like, what? That's a lot. What's the whole idea about this?
Okay, now there's something. This 7 tons per hectare per maize. Actually, for maize, you can get more than that, but there are conditions. There's something. I used to say it's like, okay, you have a kid and you say, okay, if you come on with first position, I'll buy so for you. You already give the child
Yeah.
a condition. So for the book, there's a condition to having that 7 tons per hectare, but you can get more than that if you follow all the conditions. What are the conditions that are in those books? You see, first, like I used to tell people plant, this is the way our fathers have been doing it, and so we have to do it this way. So everybody just going to the farm, you plow. Now, in that book, the first thing to consider is your plant population.
Yeah.
Plant population. See, if you are planting and you don't have the adequate plant population, your yield is reduced. Then let's talk about water. You know what? When I talk about water, you see, most farmers in Nigeria, 99% of us are rain dependent farmers. As in, it's until when it rains that will plant. Okay, since October, there's not been rain in my place, and nobody's planting anything. So we are waiting until when rain starts in April before we start planting. Now, it means if rain starts in April and it rain fall and it stays 2 weeks, it didn't fall again, then your crop is on the farm. It's not getting any water. I explained to some people, I said, look, if you have a plant, if you plant something, it's like you are fasting. You decide to fast for 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks time you are fasting, it means your system will stop working normally. Things you used to do when you are not, most of the things you do when you are okay, you will not be able to do it when you are fasting. You know what I mean? For instance, you can jump, you can run around, you can fight, you can play, you can do this. But like those people that go for 2 weeks, 1 week's fasting, their system, their body system, the performance will reduce. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The same thing with crop. So when you plant your maize, and you are not giving it water or adequate water at a particular time that it needs water, the system will stop working. It will now be feeding on the other stem that it has before. After some time, by the time you start giving it water again, it's not going to recover all it has lost. It will just continue growth from where it's
growth. Oh, yeah.
It means, and it's from this stem that you feed that your crop will develop. So it is whatever it finds that it will use to produce fruits. You understand? So automatically, for instance, currently there's a maize on my farm, just a small part, a small maize. Every farmers that come around, this is dry season, it was planted with irrigation and everything. Every farmers that come around will say, if one portion of their farm can just be like this, in fact, they know what it will come out. You understand? That's what everybody has been saying on my farm. And okay, do what is necessary. They say, no, they do allow, we can't do what we are doing. You understand? Okay, I planted the maize, I'm giving it water like twice in a week. I give it manure. Even before I planted, I pour manure, I pour poultry waste on the soil. I put the maize inside. I'm giving it consistent watering. So the stem was very big. So the fact that the stem is big means it will have big fruits. Farmers understand that. But how many of them can do what I'm doing? Number one, okay, like the water I said I'm giving it, we are paying for fuel to pump that water. You understand? So that automatically increase my yield. And if the yield increase, it means I make more money. And then I will be able to deduct the money for my fuel. But unfortunately, most people cannot do that. They will tell me, how much will you spend? But even I always tell them, try small first. Do small side and leave the rest. As in, do some small, instead of you are planting 20 acres, do just half acre and compare it to what you get on your 19.5 acres. Then you can gradually change the system. But that's the challenge we have. So that's where I said you can get your 7 tons. Let me do another crazy calculation, but I don't always let people to follow it. On your 1 acre, if you are irrigating 1 acre, you are going to have, if you do your plant population, you are going to have 25,600 plants. Now, if you have 25,600 plants, let's say we'll lose some of the plants. Let's say 20,000 survived. You understand? No, losing 5,600 is much anyway, but I'm just coming down. If you have 20,000 plants of corn on 1 acre and you give them enough water and they have manure before they start, if each plant give you 1 cob, you know what I mean by cob of maize?
Yeah, yeah.
Just that one maize, just
One, yeah.
one is enough for 1 cob. That means you are going to have 20,000 cob of maize. Do you know what that, you
Yes.
understand? So is that not more than 7 tons already?
Wow.
No, you understand what I'm trying to
Hmm.
point out. But
Hmm.
like I said, it requires a lot of work. For instance, on my farm last week, my boys, some of the boys around, they went for manure. For 2 days, they were loading dried manure into bags, and they filled up a pickups. By the time we get it to the farm, that pickup load could only, overfilled pickup could only cover 15 raised bed. 15 raised bed is like 1/4 of an acre.
Yeah.
So it means for us to complete an acre, we need about 5 or 6 pickup of
Hmm.
manure. Not just field
Yeah.
pickup, but we load it in bags, and the pickup was
Yeah.
overload. You know when you carry overload. So that's how you imagine, and that cost us 2 days. So for you to get that result, it means 8 days, minimum of 8 days will be dedicated. Or if you have more workers, maybe at least you need some days to go and pack that manure to fill to fill the to make sure the farm has enough nutrients,
Hmm.
and then you have water. But I was telling somebody, a bed on my farm take 1,000 liters of water, and in an acre you have 80 beds. So figure that out.
Hmm.
So those are the
Wow.
things people are not putting into practices. But if you are using rain fed, you can practice this system in rain fed too. It save you more cost. It will save you cost. It means you already put your irrigation down. So when there's no rain, you just open the water and
Away
give
from
them.
the water.
When there's
Yeah.
rain, you allow the
Hmm.
water to move on. You understand?
Hmm.
You can do it in it
Okay.
and you get good result. That's why I said you get more than 7 tons. It's just that one needs to be average, so that I won't give people too much hope.
Wow. It's always insightful talking to you. We always we get to learn a lot, and you open our eye to things that we normally don't think it's possible. Um so it's there you have it, guys. She knows what she's talking about. She's done it, she's doing it, you know. So anybody that feels I'm not promoting a book or anything like that, but oh well, I'm promoting it. I've read it too. I've seen it, and I see, so I'm promoting it. There's nothing wrong with that. We need to promote our own, we need to promote ourselves. You understand? That's the only way we can move forward. So get one of our books. If we say our four lucky winners that would get. Fumi Jayoba is already a winner in getting one of the books. Also, I'm just going to quickly read out what she says here, because she this is actually a message for you. She says, please, next time you are in mile 12 and you need a place to stay while in Lagos, please let me know. I stay in
Our
Ikorodu. I'll
network.
be glad to host you. So Fumi is offering to host you anytime you're in Lagos in mile 12. So, just get in
Thank
touch
you,
with
ma.
her. So also Fumi, we're going to need your email address so that
Okay.
Yinka will be able to send you the ebook that you want. So we're going to give you a chance. Maybe if you have one out of the three that you prefer, we'll go ahead and send that to you. So I'm going to move to your next book, The Tomato
Okay.
Millionaire. This is what people love
Oh,
to hear. Anything that will make you a millionaire. You
okay.
understand? Anything, because that's the whole idea of getting people into farming. Oh, millionaire, millionaire. I can be a millionaire there. So how can I be a tomato millionaire, please? What
Okay.
what what
You
needs
see,
talk to about the book?
Tomato Millionaire came about. You see, it was actually a friend that gave the name and said, look, people are always looking for hot topics. Nigerians, like you said, we want to be an overnight millionaire. But
Yeah.
they'll now be surprised when they get into the book that, oh, there's a lot of work before you can become that millionaire. But at least it's a guide towards that. Now,
Hmm.
this is what happened. You find out that we have this belief in Nigeria. Like, okay, I just mentioned tomato recently. Everybody now, our market is filled up. Our market is okay. Our market is filled up with a lot of tomatoes. So people just assume it's easy to grow, it's the easiest to grow. But you know what? I actually tell someone, I said tomato is an abiku. When you said Emo, you know now those ogbanje, whatever. You see, at one
Yeah.
time you can grow tomatoes and eat the market, and wow, you make millions. I'm being sincere with that. Then another time, you find out, oh, this tomato you grow it and you're not going to the market with any basket. I've been there. I've been in two cases. But
Yeah.
I try to now put people see, what did I do wrong? What exactly did I do that did not make it to be, where did I make mistakes and everything? So I try to correct a lot of them. So it was during those corrections I felt I still see a lot of people that are still making the same mistakes I've passed through. So I said, okay, let me put a book together. Let me put something together. Actually, my first book was, people were like, put something down. You have a lot of information you should share with people and all this stuff. I put the first book. Then people will start suggesting topic. I want this topic, write on this topic. Because like I told you, even right now on the farm, I've not been writing much on Facebook, but we've been doing a lot of work. Like I come back very late from the farm, and my sermon, I'm also out again. And so it's been, so with the Tomato Millionaire, I try to share my experience with people, the reason why there's fluctuations in
Oh my,
your
go on.
tomatoes. The reason why you could plant your tomatoes and not actually make anything, and the reason why you could possibly plant and make a lot of money. So I've shared it in so many places. And then there's, like, every market also has what they demanded for. For instance, if you plant tomatoes, the same tomato that will be bought, that people in Ibadan will accept, is not what Lagos people will accept. They have the specific tomato they are looking for. Everybody,
Yeah.
every market,
Yeah. Yeah.
even the supermarket, the shop, everybody has the standard. They have the shape. There's even tomato shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when
I know the different
I
shapes.
remember there was a time I went to Lagos, my 12 as usual, and I saw some baskets of tomatoes that were very red. By the time I find out, I discovered they came from Cameroon. So in our market, you find out there's Cameroon basket, there's Ghana basket. If you see Cameroon basket, that's the basket that Cameroonians used to bring tomatoes to Nigeria. You see Ghana basket, it's from Ghana.
Ghana.
So the baskets are named according to the country where they are coming from. So now in the Tomato Millionaire, I try to explain the seasons, the period, the varieties, what the markets are looking for, what the different markets might possibly collect from you. And then the market, you see, recently I was, one of my students was asking me that he read my present student trainee. She read my book, and then she finds some other things we're doing on the farm. I now told her, I said, look, the book has been written in 2018. After then, I've been improving again. There's been a lot of improvement to what we have in the book. So there are any ones that really, yes, if you read the book, people are always like, wow, wow. But I still keep wondering, what if you now discover what we are now discovering again on the farm? Because it's non-stop. We keep experimenting. We keep getting the best results out of it. For instance, there are tomatoes that last longer. There are tomatoes that you can harvest you harvest like 6, 7, 10 times. For instance, if you plant the tomatoes and you start harvesting, we normally count how many times we harvest. As in, you harvested the first time. After like 5 days, you harvest again. After every 5 days or 4 days, you'll be harvesting. So that's what we count. So there are some tomatoes, by the time you harvest 1, 2, third one like this, the tomato has gone down. As in, you won't see much fruit on it again. By fourth like this, you'll be discouraged. So those are seed. So every farmer needs to be conversant with those kind of seed. There are some tomatoes when you plant them, you keep harvesting for like 2 months or 8, 10 times. So most cases like that, people need to understand to be able to compare, okay, which seed is very good that will stay. Now, the challenge is there. The one that you harvested for short time period could be, most times the price are low, but it's not every low tomato price that is short time period harvesting. So people still need to be conversant with that too. So those are the new things we're discovering on the farm. Okay, it's not all the tomato seeds that you harvest for a very, it's not all the tomato seed that is not, because it's not, and it's not expensive, it's not the cost of the seed that make it to last longer. You know what I mean? There's some seed that the costs are low and the productivities
This
are, in fact,
uh,
you will love to
very high.
continuously have them. Whereas you have the one that are expensive. You know, my mentality before is that when tomato is expensive, it means it's good grade, and I'm expecting result. But one of my trainer told me then, she said, if you buy the most expensive seed, believing is the best, and you put it into the soil, and you did not add anything to it, you did not support it with anything or whatever, you are not getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
So I learned to understand it's not the price that determines the quality or what you are getting from the tomato. So all this, there are little, so many things that people need to understand, and most especially the season. Like I said, tomato is surplus in the market now, but do you know I'm currently planting? We're even transplanting, and we're even rushing to expand. Why? Because we already know, we did our calculation, and we know by the next 1 month, 1.5 months, tomato will not be in the market again.
Mm.
And the one people are currently paying 5,000. Right now, farmers, they are bringing it plenty from the north.
From the
So
north.
now they are begging people to buy. Just come and buy. Let me give you more. Anything you want. 4 for 2,000. A basket, 40 kg, they sell it 2,000, 3,000. But believe me, by the time it's March ending, this is February, by the time it's March ending, the same tomato they are selling for 5,000 will be selling you 20, 30,000. And the funny part is, you won't even see. As in, you won't get it in the market. So the few that come is going to be gold. Then people will start singing, tomato is now gold, oh, tomato is now gold, oh. That is where I come with the tomato millionaire. So for you to really to be the tomato millionaire, you need to have learned a lot of things. Another mistake most people make is that, okay, because they believe by March, most people know tomato will be expensive from April, May, June, July. They now say, okay, I will start planting in February, or I will start planting so months to target that period. But something you've not been practicing all year round, you can never be an expert at just one planting.
At just one plant, yeah.
But people don't know that. So as I'm speaking right now, a lot of people are rushing to tomato. My book is fast selling, The Tomato Millionaire, because people want to rush it. Some will even finish reading in one day because they're already in the farm, they're already planting. But at the end of the day, I was telling someone, you will now be surprised that, okay, in the Southwest, people are saying, I'm planting. But by the time it's market time to go to the market, you will not see anything in the market. Why? Because most of them did not have enough yield. They don't have good yield. They don't have anything to take to the market, despite all the money they have spent and all the expenses. Those are the things people are battling with.
Wow.
I also mentioned to somebody, I said something one time. I said, farming is the easiest thing to grow. People also believe farming is the easiest thing to do. Do you know something? If once you just have some few funds, you just have some funds, you are going into farming. No knowledge, no training, no experience, nothing. You're starting a farm. Virtually everybody in Nigeria is a farmer. Even people that are not in Nigeria, they have farms. It's like everybody just have, you know what I mean? There's no requirement to being a farmer. So it's the easiest thing to go into, but it's also the most difficult thing to break through from, because people don't get that knowledge. There's you just believe, once I have land, I'll do for one girl or one man to start monitoring my farm and everything. But what exactly did the person knows? What knowledge, what technical aspect did he understand before starting that farm? There's a lot of things we learn. It's just that I just enough people just rush in and they eventually rush that.
The rush out as well. Well, there you go. So, guys, like I said, the right person to talk to. The um, tomato millionaire ebook is just perfect. In fact, I have Fumi Jayola says that she already has that.
Okay.
So she has that and on the show we have Ibrahim Usman our show as well, who is like, okay, I am a fan, I read her books very well. So he's talking about him having the maize book, the one about maize.
Okay.
Also Afolabi Akinzaki Tunde or Akintonde. Akintonde wants tomato millionaire. He wants to be a millionaire as well through tomato farming. So you know what? We're just going to do those the other two people on here, Ibrahim and Afolabi as well. We're going to give them one of the books. Or what do you think? They are
Yes,
here,
no
so might as well just share, give them those. So we still have that means we'll have how many left? Two.
problem.
So we still have left. Um, so let's just do that. So Afolabi and Ibrahim, just send your email address, comment and share your email address. We'll have those book over to you as well. All right. And
Yes.
Fumi says she wants the tomato. Oh, she has the
She has the
tomato
tomato
millionaire,
millionaire already.
but she wants the maize ebook. So that is what we're going to have for her, because she was one of the first person that commented on the show. So
Yes.
so we have Sabina Odwaro on here, who says how much are the ebooks new here. um you know what, let me just go on our website. So she has them on sale right now. So how to farm profitably in Nigeria is 5,000 naira. Maize 7-ton harvest per hectare is 4,000 naira, and tomato millionaire is 4,000 naira as well. So for you to be a tomato millionaire, just 4,000. That's pretty cheap to go by.
Very,
So
very, very,
yeah.
very cheap.
So we'll have that. So I have email for Ibrahim Afolabi and Fumi
Okay,
Jailoba.
I'll
I
forward
would
it, forward it to
yeah,
them immediately after the.
yeah. So I'll send you the email so that you can forward that to them. Um,
Okay.
so we have two more. I think those two we you can choose on Facebook or on YouTube later on. Maybe someone else that will comment, ask questions, watch the show, maybe on Facebook or something.
Okay.
Maybe your page, or Farm Up TV page. So
Okay.
I still want to talk about you know land land preparation.
Okay.
That's one thing I really want to talk about. If as a vegetable farmer, how do you go about preparing land? How do you make that land give you the kind of yield you want? Because it's I believe it's garbage in, garbage out. If you don't treat it very well, it doesn't give you good yield. So how do
Exactly.
you prepare the land to give you the kind of yield you want?
Okay. Now let me relate land to foundation. If you want to
Okay.
build a house, you want to build your house, the kind of foundation if you want to build a bungalow or a story building, it's also the kind of foundation you make for bungalow is quite different from the foundation you make for a story building. And even the one you make for one story building will be different from the one you make for double or triple, or understand. So
Mm,
soil is just like your foundation for crop farming.
yeah.
Now, with the soil, the first preparation you need to make with the soil is that you
Mm,
need a soil that is loose. Okay, let me
okay.
explain something. Crops, they have roots. And
Yes.
by the roots of the crops, there's something we call tap roots.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever wondered, tap means that our drinking water tap. We
Yeah.
we call it tap. So tap root, something
Mm-hmm.
that taps water from the
Oh, yeah.
soil. So that tap root needs to have, and you see how tender, if you uproot a plant, you see how tender the roots
Mm,
will always be like,
yeah.
something very tiny. You can imagine that or percolating into the soil, as in pushing the soil to pass through the
Mm-hmm.
soil. You understand what I'm trying to explain? So it
Yeah, I
means
get what you're saying.
in your soil, for your soil to allow that root system, those tiny, tiny roots to be able to go into the soil to pick the water, you need a loose soil. Okay,
Mm,
today, this morning, when I was going to farm in the morning, somebody sent me a question. I was saying he has a clay soil and he wants to farm tomatoes, whatever. I was in a hurry. I just replied
mm,
him. you can't use clay soil. And I went, because he was asking me another question, but I was really busy in the morning. So I said, you cannot plant in clay soil.
Yeah.
Later, when I came back, I think I explained to him, I told him how he can work on clay soil. Now, this is the issue. There are different types of soil. We have the clay
Yes.
soil. We know the clay soil, and in our primary school or secondary school, if you go to all of us that attend this, our public local primary school, you see there's this thing, they will ask us to bring handcraft, where they ask us to carve pots. You know, we used to construct pots. I don't know, some people have that experience. I went to that kind of school where you have a pot, we use clay to mold a pot. Some we just use it to mold things. You find out why it's easy to mold things with clay is because it sticks together and it doesn't allow water to pass through it. You
Okay.
know, again, look at the clay pots, the pot we use at home, all these are our clay pots. You know, that's why we could put water inside them, because they will stick together and they don't allow water to percolate, to pass through them. So if you have that kind of soil, there's no way, because if you give it water, the water will stay, it will not go round. And the water needs to go into the soil for the roots to follow it up and pick the nutrient from the soil. You understand? So now you
Yeah.
have those there's clay soil, there's loamy soil, and there's sandy soil. So now the best soil for planting is sandy loamy soil, a loose soil.
Yeah.
Sandy loamy is a mixture of soil. It's loose and it can hold water. So because it can do this too, that's where what you can use for your planting. Now, most of the
Planting.
soil
Yeah.
we have on the farm, sorry, I go to that. Most of the soil we have on the farm, as in on our farmland, they are not sandy loamy. So
Yeah.
it is now your duty as a farmer to convert your soil to what will be suitable
Yeah.
for your crop. Now, what people actually do is they don't do all of that. They just put in tractor, and then they plow. They just turn over the soil. That's plowing. You just turn it over and then you plant inside. Now, when you plant, the soil gets to a point. It cannot go inside, or the water is not passing through, or whatever. It stops. It's dead already. So you're
Okay.
already reducing your yield. But if you are doing a good soil, you are doing a good soil preparation, land management, it obviously means you need to loosen those soil. So loosening is not just by turning it over with tractor. Tractor only turn over, it's not loosening. If you notice, the arrow of the tractor will just put it like this and be turning them over. So you still see
Yes.
them come together. So, but you need a loose soil. Now, for you to have a loose soil for land preparation, that is where your manure comes in. Your poultry waste, your cattle dungs, and everything. But you know, cattle dungs are animal waste and everything. By the time
Yeah.
you add them, even a clay soil, or you add them to normal soil, it will loosen them up. It will not allow the soil to gum together again. You know,
Yes.
so it gives it space, and then your plant will be able, the roots will be able, the water will be able to flow through it, and the roots will be able to follow the water to tap, to feed, to produce what you want to produce. So this and land preparation is essential, very, very essential for you to have good crop. And it's obviously most people don't know that, because they just assume you have to buy expensive seed and just put it into any soil and you're waiting for your yield. So that is why about soil
Okay.
preparation for any
All
type
right.
of crop.
So there you have it, guys. It's always
And in addition, you find out
okay.
that you find out outside the country or in some other places, there's a way there's something they call something they call potting soil or cocoa pit. What they mix in
Yes.
cocoa pit and potting soil. So
Yeah.
okay, I should continue.
Yeah. Go
So
on. Go on.
something in cocoa pit or potting soil, what they mix together there is they take some soil, add manure, poultry waste or cattle dung or everything to it, and then they now pick this. You can use sawdust or coconut. You know coconut, that shell of
Yes.
coconut. They grind it and blend it and add it to the soil to loosen up you understand, to create a porous place for the plant roots to be able to pick water. And this thing, funny enough, they are importing it into Nigeria. As the cocoa pit, the potting soil is quite expensive. So I keep wondering, why do we have to be importing this when we have the soil, we have the coconut shell or sawdust? You can use sawdust from the sawmill or coconut, you understand? But it should be untreated sawdust. You know, there's some trees they put chemicals or I don't know what they add to it. So it should be untreated one. So you don't need
Untreated
to
ones.
import cocoa peats or import potting soil. But it's quite surprising people are importing it to Nigeria. So why, like I said, most of the things online, people go online and read and read and read. Most of the things that they are using outside the country is because of their own climate. It's because of their
Yeah.
own system. So it's not, we can't just adopt everything and bring it down here for us to, because we have the natural materials that we can use to produce what they are buying.
Mm.
Ah,
There you go. There you go, guys. We should always have you know, things done that would help our own kind of conditions and all that. So we just lost her again. Hopefully she'll be able to come back on before we sign out. But I'm going to say we already have three viewers that we're going to be sending ebooks to. We have Fumi Jayoba, who is going to be getting a book on maize, the 7 ton harvest per acre on maize. We have Afolabi Aki Tonde, who is going to be having the one about tomato billionaire. And also we have Ibrahim um Awashiu, Usman Awashiu. I believe he wants the maize one as well, the 7 ton maize one. So
I'm
um
back again.
all right, no problem. So she's back. Yeah, so I was just going on about those that we're going to be sharing the book to. Um and so like I said, we have Fumi, Afalabi and Ibrahim. I'm going to be sending you the details so that you'll be able to send the books to them. We have two more books left. Though we have someone on here who is talking about the book as well, Siraj Bolawon or Laifa. So, we might as well just get him one of that as well. He wants the tomato millionaire book. So just one more. I'm going to leave that one person to you to decide who
Okay.
you want to give to out of
Ah,
you know so you decide who you want to send that ebook to. And we want to thank you once again for coming on the show. Thank you guys for viewing the show. Those that have the ebook will have them sent to you. And remember to share, to like, and to subscribe on the channel as well. Okay, I think I have a question actually. Oh, let me just read this out from Sabina Odwara. On the soil, I'm going to put that on screen as well. Um,
mm,
on the soil, you can also use field leaves of trees to form compost instead of burning them. Yeah, that's true. Disregarding them,
yes,
this has the help to loosen up the soil. That's very true.
yes,
So he's
yes.
just sharing information as well. Ibrahim says regarding the farming tomato, I heard of a system whereby you plant your seed in interval of two to 2 weeks separately to its peak period of eye sales. What can you say about that?
Yeah, yes. Actually, it's good for you to plant your system to either 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even every month. Like now, as we said about, if you're talking about tomatoes or any other crop, it's good as a farmer, you should plant every month. If you have irrigation, it assists you to get a good price in the market. You can't be a seasonal farmer. You have to be a dedicated farmer. For instance, if you plant your tomato, like now, we planted in January. The one we planted in January are already flowering. They will be ready by March, April. They'll be ready by April. The one we are planting in July, they will be ready by August. So you have to be a dedicated farmer. You have to be a seasonal farmer. So you have to plant every month.
Yeah, man, the network is pretty, bad. Um, we'll try and wait to see if she can come back and give us the details on that before we sign out. Like I said, so we have 4 winners we're going to be sending the ebooks to. Um, do remember to subscribe, like, and share on the show. And she's back so that she can finish up. All right. Hello, Yinka, are you back? Hello. Yeah, she's still trying to connect on there. So just give her a few minutes, 1 2 minutes to see if she can get back, and we'll be able to to sign out after then. Thank you so much, guys. Once again for being part of the family, for always watching us. I know it's not easy, especially watching from Nigeria, but thank you. I'm very grateful. And like I said, do like, share, subscribe on YouTube, and also like and share on Facebook. Tell your friends about the program, forward it to them, let them also watch it. It's going to be very helpful and insightful for anyone that works, because we always bring people like Yinka on here, and they're always passing on good information. Our website, also, I'm going to go ahead and have our website link on here, so that you guys will be able to go on our website, go and check out what she's doing. She's also on Facebook as well. Do go ahead and you know go ahead and join our Facebook page. And I have our websites, at the bottom of the screen, on there. Let's see if she's back on. Are you back now?
Yes, I'm back. Halfway. I'm
Okay.
back.
Okay. All right. Just we'll just let you finish up with that the last question, then we'll sign out.
Okay.
So that
So as you plant every month, you find out that you can meet
yeah,
Oh,
still
going again. You can meet every market, irrespective of the price. And with that, you're always assured of a good income for tomatoes. Because actually, even right now as I speak, we still have tomatoes on my farm. We harvest every month, irrespective of the price. But when the better price comes in, it's a triple bonus for us, because we are always prepared for it and we're always having sales every time. So it's good for you to plant. Actually recommended every month. Make sure you plant like 1 acre or half acre every month.
there you go, guys. A farmer should always be farming. Don't be a seasonal farmer. Just if you want to farm, do farm in the proper way. And it's a business. It's a livelihood. you know it's
Yeah.
not just an hobby where you just want to branch into it and everything. It's always very insightful talking to you, Yinka. We're very glad you came on the show. We're still going to have you back. This is, anything crop, vegetable, it's all you. So we're still going to have you back again very soon. Um,
Okay.
we hope you you stay safe, keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, I'll send you the details of the the people you're gonna share, the viewers you're gonna share, give the
There's enough.
ebooks to. Yeah, I'll
Do
send you the details of that, so
I'll
you
do
can
that.
go ahead and share that. And guys, thank you once again. We're grateful for you joining us on the show and viewing. We know it's not easy, especially viewing from Nigeria, but thank you. We're very grateful, and do remember to bring your friends on the show. Let them share, like, and subscribe. And one of these days, we're gonna have Shola and maybe even the viewers come online. Let them talk directly to you, ask you questions, maybe
No
on our next
problem.
show. So we'll figure it out and we'll see that. So Fumi says thank you. Afolabi says great information. So thumbs up for everybody for joining us. And we're very
Thank you for having me, and thank you for coming, everyone.
all right. All right, stay blessed, and we'll talk to you very soon again.
Okay, sir. You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Yes,
right, cheers.
bye bye.